What's going on, folks? I hope you guys' hearts are all beating and in good condition today, and you've recovered from whatever the hell that was in the last 10 minutes of the game in overtime. I think we have. We're going to get into it and talk about it. Episode 62. Let's go. What is going on, Falcons fans? It is episode 62 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, an Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John, your host, joined by my co-host, as always, looking great in the ATL number 2 jersey, Mr. Mike Cottrell. What's going on, brother? I believe your mic is muted, buddy. While Mike is fixing his mic, no pun intended. Seriously, hope you guys are doing well today. And man, insane game yesterday. Like I had to sit there and wait for a while. How Mike's getting back in. Here we go. You're back, buddy. Can you hear me? And you're frozen. Off to a roaring start, just like the Falcons yesterday in quarter one. Oh man, hilarious. What's going on, Ski? We're gonna have to. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the building. You know I came for this. Excuse my lateness, but excuse my greatness. Oh man, I'm feeling good today, man. How about my first place NFC South champ Atlanta Falcons, buddy? You know I was coming for this, Johnny Yates. Out of your Falcon mind. I love it, man.
Of course. I was just explaining. We just got off to a rough start like they did yesterday. You know,
that's all it is.
Quarter, first couple of possessions, a little bit of a shaky start, but it's okay because we're going to rebound like a mother.
We will climb back and get it together. I love it. Thank you for being here at Out of Your Falcon Mind. I'm in a jolly good mood despite the rain. The rain, man, it could rain all week and you wouldn't see me frown or get down. My boys delivered.
That's right. So, yeah, man, we are coming to you live today around 3:30 here in Atlanta on the Variety Sports Network. Going to recap what was probably top 3 craziest endings for sure I've ever been a part of, or at least seen, and cared about. And first off, wanted to quick shout out to Aaron Freeman from Locked On Falcons for joining us last week for the preview show for the Carolina Panthers. Great having him on. Look forward to having him back. And also, man, thanks anybody that's new to the show. Welcome in. We do this every week. We do a preview show. We do a recap show. We typically do them live now. We didn't used to. We do them live. Then we put them out for our podcast platforms. So whatever's easier for you guys, where you can catch us live, or you can catch us on a replay on YouTube, catch us on a Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast. It's just do that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hey, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a show. Spotify, iTunes, drop us a 5-star review. We'll definitely shout you out on the next show or whenever that comes through. And man, like I got my Scooby-Doo shirt, man. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
I'm 1-0. I'm 1-0 with the jackets 1-0.
That's what I'm saying. Out of your Falcon mind, the Halloween ghoulish edition. You hear me? But I love it because there was some scary things happening. Yeah, I'm still scared. I'm scared right now as I speak. I'm shivering.
If you saw Dave, the Falcoholic, he tweeted yesterday, after some period of time, how you were feeling, after the game was over. That's what I sent back. I was like, well, I'll walk around smiling. Then I just get terrified for no reason at all.
And then it's scary to be at number 1, baby.
Man, it's crazy. Jumping in, that is Ski, buddy. So JoJo96 is Ski.
Ski, my man Ski said, let's go, Ski. You know we're going to get into it today, man. I'm glad. Hey, Ski finally got to join the live, man. How about that?
Yep,
I
it's
love it,
only I
buddy.
think he said it's 8:30 over where he's at in Germany. So able
He's in
to.
Germany. If y'all don't think that the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast is doing big things, just know our man Ski is in Germany. Okay, people listen to us in Germany. Ninth, Fitz, right? German, buddy. I love it.
Oh man. He said, important question to start. Do you think Young Hoku comes from Korea or does he come from the Himalayas? That's
That's a good one.
very nice. Very nice, buddy.
That's a good one, buddy. That's
I
a good
like
one.
it. You should definitely put that out there on Twitter. That's hilarious. Before we get into the game, man, shout out also to Todd McClure. Went up in the Falcons Ring of Honor yesterday. Very well deserved, man. Mud Duck. I mean, we were spoiled for a long time, man, with going from him as our center. We won't even talk about the Peter Cons trial of replacement for him, basically to Alex Mack, and then so I mean, we were for a while there. We were really, really good at the center position, and yeah, he was awesome, man. Worked his ass off. Great teammate. Deserved every bit of it yesterday. So I'm glad for him.
He really does deserve that. We do overlook the center position, but that dude was a great at what he did.
100%. And there was a lot of former players yesterday, man. I saw Andre Rison in the
stands. I saw Andre Rison. Yeah,
Matt Bryant was there. A lot of former teammates came to for his induction, so that was awesome. And they got to see a hell of a finish. That's for sure. So first off, man, what'd you do on Saturday? Did you catch out some college football on Saturday?
I watched the dude Stroud. I didn't, man. I went to see the Huskies. They had a bye week, and the University of Maryland had a bye week on the same week. Yep. So I hit my man John. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do now, buddy. And he told me it was the Penn State game, and I watched that. Man, that quarterback, that dude's something else, man. He's the real deal, buddy. He don't look like college level. He look like pro talent level. Like he gonna be something else.
That's Damsky's guy right there. He wants him badly, and
he gonna be something else.
Yeah, he's gonna go top 3. So I mean, there's no chance we get him. I don't think, knock on wood, unless we just completely tank the rest of the season. But yeah, man. So yesterday we kind of Saturday, yeah. I'd same games as you. Like the best games were like the noon games, like the Georgia beat the shit out of Florida. That was kind of like I was hoping Kentucky Tennessee was going to be good, and no, Tennessee beat the hell out of Kentucky. So it was just it wasn't a great day for college football as far as there was not many just super tight games. Oklahoma State got shut out 48-0 by K-State, and never saw that one coming. It was crazy. Alabama had a bye, so they got LSU coming up this week. That's going to be a game to watch, is Alabama LSU. So
all right,
because Chris will be all over me this week.
I know he's gonna be
can guarantee you that one. Yeah, man. So get into the game though. So we knew it was going to be a crazy ass. It always is. It's always kind of the Saints. They're always, for the most part, tight games, and we knew them coming off the win against Brady and the Buccaneers. They're going to be hyped up and confident with what they were doing, and we had to come back and have a rebound game after what we did did not do against the Bengals. So I mean,
and we rebounded like Dennis Rodman. You hear me, man? I'm talking shit all day, man. I love it.
Man, so the first, so we'll get into the quarter breakdown, then we'll get into all the talk about it afterwards. Right. The first quarter, man, first pass of the game, right to Pitts, and he drops it. And I was like, damn,
that was a rough start.
Yeah, that'd have been a first down, then some if he'd have caught that and kept going. Second pass, thrown way the hell downfield for a pick, and looking back at that, Pitts was open on that play as well, in the right, like wide the hell open. So,
and he threw it in the general vicinity. He didn't even like throw a good pass. He just said, I'm gonna throw it where my man is at and see if he
but that was
turning to Julio Jones for some reason.
Yeah, that's not the guy I'm doing that with. If it's London, maybe so, but not Bird. Bird's got a different skill set that came into play later on in the game. But either way, bad pass, can't do that. And then what's his name? Man, I just mind blank. Anyway, so after that, the Panthers get the ball back. Should have gotten off the field with Walker pressuring, but a face mask on Marlowe. Marlowe had a really bad day, like a really, really bad day. Then we forced the punt, though, on the next set of downs. Troy damn near blocked it again, dude. He is inches away from blocking punts, like almost on a play-by-play basis. Falcons get the ball back. Tyler started off with a good little 13-yard run. Then good coverage. Marcus got sacked. Then he got sacked again. When he has to throw it out of bounds, he even said in the post game, he's like, I got to throw it out of bounds there. I can't take that sack. And that was a terrible sack. And by this time, Twitter had already Ritter should have been in the game by that time, according to everyone on Twitter. And I mean, I'm not going to say it didn't enter my mind, like, okay, how long is this going to last? Like, is he going to rebound, or if this is what we're going to see every possession, like, damn, we're going to have a problem this game. What were you thinking at that point?
I really was like, why does this team seem like they are playoff nervous? Because if in the first 6 plays, I believe 4 out of the first 6 plays was the drop, it was a pick, and I think it was like 2 sacks. So I was thinking, like, why do y'all seem like y'all jittery, like it's the Panthers? So I didn't understand what was happening, but they calmed down. Yeah. But I was like, this is and I was thinking the same thing, like, man, this dude. I know
what you were thinking.
This dude, Eminem, man. But like I said, he calmed down.
He did. Yeah. And then so, after that, that interception, Panthers get it back. Grady gets in the backfield on a negative play on a run. 3rd and 12, we force a field goal attempt. So we go down 3-0 early. Then our possession, we get a block in the back on the return. So we start our special teams. Also, outside of Koo, special teams had a rough day too. They were letting them get chunks of yardage on punt returns. It was not very typical of them, because they've had a really, really good unit all year long. Then we had Marcus scrambling for a first down, or actually, he scrambled to complete a throw to Bird, which was a hell of a throw. He was damn near going out of bounds and put it on him.
Great throw.
Yeah, and then he had to throw it away. Or I'm sorry, he throws way behind Pitts on 3rd and 7. That ball was terribly thrown. But as you know, the pocket did collapse pretty quickly. And he did get the pass off in time. I mean, he was under pressure, but I mean, the pocket, and I tweeted that out later on in the game. The pocket was collapsing almost damn near immediately. When there were any true drop back situations, it was just, I mean, we couldn't stop. We couldn't do anything with their pass rush. Now, they didn't have a ton of sacks, but they were definitely affecting the home quarterback all day long. Panthers possession, I just wrote the next one. I wrote down 3 and out, and PJ Walker is booty. Yeah, and thank God, because if he was a little bit better, man, we'd have been down a lot earlier, because he missed some wide open throws too.
He really did miss some wide open throws. I really thought whoever the guest on Aaron's last podcast started off with saying, like, you just rambling about PJ for like 10 minutes in a row, and I laughed at that. I thought it was hilarious. Number one, his name is PJ. That's to start. 2 is he can do everything. He can throw. He's fast, and so I know he made some fans, but for the most part, he just missed a lot of open throws, and he did like a racket. He was just out of control. And like you said, it was the same thing as Jimmy G. Like, it was a few of those throws where if he hit, the game it would have turned the whole game up. He just missed a few throws, and the one throw that we haven't got to yet was spot on. So he hit a few of those throws, but he really did miss a lot of open throws.
Yeah, and I mean, it was the reverse of Jimmy G. You had Jimmy G's guys dropping it, and PJ just not being able to make good throws to get it to him. But our next possession, false start on the very first play. Tyler had a good run, another catch by Pitts, then 3rd and short. Quick pass to Avery for first down. Marcus was starting to get in rhythm at this point. I mean, like, you could kind of start seeing, okay, these short passes are starting to get gains. And then Marcus avoided a sack on that nice gain to Pitts, and then to Pitts again for a TD again. So his second TD of the year. How about it? 7.
Man, my fantasy went off, and I'm playing Liam, and I needed it. He was beating me.
He told me to tell you that you got lucky that his 2 stars were off this week.
Yeah, I really was, though. I really was. He got 2 real good stars on his team that didn't play. So we got a close one, and I got Chubb tonight. If he scored like 15, 16, I won.
Yep.
But Kyle Pitts scored like 20 points yesterday, or like, man, 19-some points, almost 20-some points in fantasy, which, I'm used to 3.5 from him. So shout out to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he came through big for you yesterday. And then the next Panthers possession, after we scored a touchdown long pass to Terrence Marshall on 3rd and 4 into Falcons territory. They converted a 2nd and 15 to DJ Moore. Went right by Troy Anderson's hand, man. Like he
Yeah,
was like this damn
that
close
was
to blocking it or
frustrating.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Foreman, who according to Jonathan Vilma is basically just Derrick Henry. I mean, if he
Yeah,
must have
that
said
was
it at
weird.
least
Yeah,
35 times.
yeah.
Um, and he scored on 3rd and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Made it 10-7. Next Falcons possession, we had a very good return by Avery, called back for a hold.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3rd and 3, we had a 3rd and 3. Marcus was stopped behind the line by Derek Brown, who, by the way, had a ridiculous day. The dude had like 12 tackles,
Mm-hmm.
was destroying Dahlman all day long. I knew he was going to have a rough time with him, but man, like when
Yeah.
your defensive line, I don't know if he led the team in tackles. I have to look. Let's see. Who led their team in tackles? Shaq Thompson had 13, but damn, Derek Brown had 12. So
Yeah.
when your D line's you're almost
Mm-hmm.
leading your team in tackle. That's not a good thing. That's not,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
That's
stopping
saying
some
something.
runs immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so let's see, where were we at? Oh yeah, punt and a flag on the return, block in the back, huge penalty because it was a good return as well that they had, and then the Panthers possession when they had at this point it was 1:41 left to go in the half, and Walker was at this time he was 4 for 11 for 51 yards
Mm-hmm.
at halftime. 16-yard run by Foreman on 1st down, and then freaking Lorenzo Carter bats the ball down, catches it, pick 6, and man, was that a huge play.
The awareness alone, just to not I would think that you would just be trying to tip it, to tip it and catch it. It was something else altogether. But I've always said this about the dude. More than anything, it's an athlete. He's
Yeah, he is.
athletic as hell, man. And I think he proved that all in one play. He did a basketball block, then he did a basketball rebound, and then he turned into a track star. So I
Yeah.
mean, the dude is very athletic. So I wasn't expecting that, but I knew he could do craziness like that. He's huge and very athletic.
And what's crazy after the game, he said that before that play happened, Michael Walker said, "Hey, watch the screen." Like he tipped him off before. He said,
Mm-hmm.
"Watch the screen," and Walker came through with the pressure on that one too. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was part of the reason
That's
that
why he
was
got that dot.
intercepted. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool to hear and cool to see. And then so basically started the second half. The Panthers start with the ball, 3rd and 6. We got good pressure on the quarterback, but those 32-yard gains to the tight end. They had several explosive plays, man, down the field that hurt us throughout the game. And I'm not going to fault. We knew we were going in kind of handicapped with our corners, but man, I mean Hall and Armstrong, I mean they did a pretty good job. I mean when Armstrong was man on man with DJ, they attacked him every time. And I mean, DJ is just a good player. He's their wide receiver 1 for a
Yep.
reason, so he's going to make some plays. But for the most part, man, like I got no issue with how they played. Like they,
Oh man, look, I have my main note. My main note was Dean Pease, and here's why I'm saying that, because we asked him to cook us a Thanksgiving meal with a pack of gum, a packet of ketchup, a straw, a tennis ball,
straw.
a grape jelly packet, a tube sock, and an eye crusty.
Yeah.
And the man made us. I mean, it looked efficient. It looked, and like with that, if it's even edible, I gotta give you credit. And it was edible, and damn, it tasted good. So what he did with that was, I said this on the pregame show, this will be his test. Just the same way Arthur Smith has a week where it's his test, and then you got the quarterback and maybe Kyle Pitts or the defense. This was Dean Pease week to be, let's see your skill level tested. And man, he
I think Mike froze on me there for a second. Well, yeah, and also on that drive, right after that 32-yard game by the touchdown, or by the tight end, long pass down, and Isaiah Oliver knocked it down. He could have picked it, honestly. Like if he'd have turned his head around, he would have had that pick. But it's okay. I mean, at least he knocked it down. But get your head around next time, buddy. And then we had a good hold by the D. They had to settle for 3. Cornell Armstrong again with the play in the end zone. 14-13. Just so y'all know, on the podcast, Mike's still frozen. Not sure what's up with his connection today. Normally it's pretty good, but we'll just keep going through the quarter breakdown. Next possession by the Falcons. First play was a screen to London for negative yards. That was his first target of the day. Was in the third quarter. Then we had a reverse to Oz for negative yards. I don't know what was going on with that play call in there. That seemed like, it wasn't. We didn't need to do that. I mean, it was working just fine the way we were playing. We were running the ball successfully. Get Mike back in here. I don't know what's going on, buddy.
I have no idea. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that it wants me on the podcast today because it just know the shit I'm gonna talk. I don't care. First place, it keep kicking me off, but I'm back, you guys.
It's all good. But yeah, I was just talking about Mike. The next possession, after we forced him to settle for 3, first play was a negative play to London, screen pass, and then it reversed to Oz, which was odd to me. Like, why would you just do what was working, man? Like, we were getting chunk yards with them our running game. Short passing, whatever you have to do that. Then 3rd and 17, we had to scramble, and they ended up just kind of flicking it to Algier for a minimal game. So we went 3 and out on our first possession in the second half, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
And then their next possession, Armstrong went down, which scared the hell out of me because I was like, no, we cannot have another corner go down.
Yeah.
And then we had a great pressure by Carter, AK-47 blocked a pass, and then we had to basically held them. Well, they had a holding on the Panthers, and we had that made up at 2nd and 25. Then on 3rd and 12, they had a screen, 1 yard gain, and Armstrong came back in at this point, and they had to punt it away. And then on our possession, Pitts made a hell of a catch and shakes up Burris on the tackle. Man, Burris thought, I think they thought on the broadcast that Pitts got that, got knocked. Nah, you look at the replay, Burris got knocked silly on that one.
Pitts was talking shit on the sideline like he hit Kyle, and I think he thought he did something. Like, I heard him, but then he couldn't get up.
No.
Like, he was woozy, and Kyle was just fine. He was signaling for first down. So I'm like, bro, you ran into a grown man. Yeah. Bricks don't move.
No, man. And then we went empty set on 3rd and 4. Quick pass to London for a first down. Then a great play call to fake the run to Tyler. Then pass it to him. D was in man-to-man. They recognized that. Just a great play call, and he ran an in touchdown, 21-13. For now, that was a 25-yard catch and run there by Tyler. And then next Panthers possession, 3rd and 5, 29-yard catch and run by DJ Moore. And that was kind of like I said, those kind of kept happening throughout we get them to 3rd down, but then they just kept completing it, fourth quarter starts. And this is where all the madness kind of gets going, because it was fairly not super exciting game up to that point. I mean, fourth quarter changed all of that. First down was a 16-yard throw to Moore again in man coverage. On the Panthers possession, 184 yards. By this time, they had 184 yards. We had 184 yards of offense at that point in the game, which was just crazy. It's crazy how we ended up with, considering at the start of the fourth quarter we had 184. But 4th and goal on the 1 foot line, touchdown by Derrick Henry. I forgot.
Right.
Going for 2, they got it. Looked like he fumbled it, but they said he recovered it, so whatever. Overall, that series by defense was not good. That was probably the worst series of the game for the defense. Our next possession, huge run by Caleb on first down, just cut up field, got to the 50-yard line. 3rd and 7, pocket collapsed immediately, and Pitts was wide open, though. Luckily, Marietta found him. He was chilling by the left sideline.
Yeah.
Big
I'm
game,
just glad he turned back that way, because you remember he wasn't even looking. I'm like, turn around, and he didn't look, wide open.
Yep.
So shout out to Marcus for turning around.
Yeah, and he was checking the ball down well yesterday. I'll give him that much.
He was.
The D ball wasn't there, but he was checking. He was finding his check downs. I'll give him that. And like I said, with the pocket, he didn't have a lot of time. He just has, period. Whenever there was a pure pass play going on, and then 3rd and 8, pocket collapses again. He had to throw the ball out of the end zone. Koo made it 24-21 at that point. Next Panthers possession, they had a 3rd and 3. And holding on Carolina after, because Walker had a good run for the first down, and that hold brought him back. 3rd and 13, another first down to DJ Moore. It's like, come on, man, seriously?
Those long 3rd downs was those do something to me, man. Because I be thinking for sure we getting them out, and then they throw for 13 yards on a play. It's maddening.
Yeah, I know. And then the next set of downs for them, they had 2nd and 13 after a legal man down field call, and then they had a false start, made it 2nd and 18, and then a 40-yard catch and run after that. And I was like, "You serious, man?" Like, and there was no tackling whatsoever going on. Like nobody. And then Foreman scored on the next touchdown run, and it looked like nobody wanted no part of him. Like they just didn't like they had decided at that point, like, yeah, no,
Yep.
I'm not tackling this guy at this point, which not acceptable at that point. Falcons possession next up. Tyler catch a run for a first down. Marcus had all day, found London for a big gain on the next set of downs. False start by Elijah. I was like, come on, dude. Like, really? At that point in the game. And then, dude, Marcus finds Demir Bird, and he just does his best Vic impersonation. Takes off, splits the defenders at the end, 47-yard catch and run for a touchdown. That dude is fast, dude.
Bro, that was, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a cool pass, but that was him because he turned into Deshaun Jackson. That man ran the opposite direction on the field. Like he was going right, turn, went straight left, and went back up the field. Like that was all his vision and his speed, man. So he really was. But I was impressed because I didn't think Marcus had faith in anybody. He seemed like he got faith in that dude because he just kept doing it. Like I believe in you to go up and get this ball. Like he hasn't shown that in Drake or Kyle. Like I have faith in you. Hold on, man. It's Joe Biden calling. Let me see what.
Oh man. Then on the next, so now basically the 2-minute warning. Panthers have the ball on 3rd and 9 play. Rashawn Evans comes through with a huge sack, and I'm thinking at that point, man, we're good now. I'm thinking like we're good now.
Yep.
Which was just a dumb mistake by me. I should know better. I've been doing this too long. I should know better. But anyway, 4th and 19, they went for it, which I thought they could have punted it there and tried to play a little field position, but they decided to go for it. DJ bobbled the ball, didn't catch it, thankfully, and then we had a turnover and downs. We did 3 run plays, kicked the field goal, 34-28, and then all hell breaks loose. The Panthers get the ball, first down to Marshall on the first play, and then the long freaking, I mean, I guess it wasn't supposed to be a Hail Mary at that point, but DJ just got behind the defense, which is the one damn thing you're not supposed to do in that situation, is their best player get behind you.
You got one rule on those plays at the end of the game is don't let the person get behind you. That's why everybody's playing back. Just don't let them get behind you. So how he got behind y'all, he's the best player on their team on offense. How he got behind you all was beyond me. But beyond that throw may have been the best throw of the year so far. That was spot on accurate from the other end of the field. Like I don't know that you could have. It was a Pat Mahomes throw. Like I don't know that many people that can make that throw. And for PJ Washington to have made that, I mean, the one throw got you some points because that was spot on. I mean, it was amazing. Even I'm pissed. I'm like, this can't be happening. My whole I probably peed a little bit and then clenched and then peed a little bit and clenched. I'm sure my underwear was soiled the other day, right? But it came from anger and excitement, then let down. So that was one where I was thinking like it's over. And when he did that, I was like, bro, this cannot. Like I'm a Falcon fan. I was getting text messages saying, man, y'all did it again, and I just was putting shit in my head like, here we go again. Like how did this happen? I was speechless. I wasn't even mad yet. It was the state of being before anger where you just speechless. I was that.
Oh, I think that was everybody. I mean, like our boy Fleek was at the game. He said everybody was just silent. He said everybody was silent. And then, I mean, I was watching it with Amanda and Liam. We didn't say a word. I just sat there. Was like, oh my
That's
God.
what I was. That's the same face I had. Just looking.
And then the anger set in after that. And then I watched the replay, and I'm like, number one, why he's running a straight go. Like, why is Dean Marlowe just kind of like jogging? Like, dude, get your ass back there. And then secondly, why is Rashawn Evans playing? Why is he?
That blew my mind.
He's not good in coverage, man.
Yeah,
like that's not the guy. But if he is, if you're going to put him in coverage, then you got to get your ass back. If you're playing
way back,
yes,
because you can't catch up.
No. So I mean, like that just.
But
overall,
still,
like,
PJ Washington, maybe
Walker,
the pass of the season so far.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, and then, but the guy that had the worst day of his probably life yesterday, Mr. Eddie Pinheiro, misses the extra point because
He
Mr.
getting
Moore
fired.
got way too happy and took his helmet off, which, say what you will. I don't care about celebrations in the NFL. I think it's stupid that they get penalized for it. I think you should be able to celebrate however the hell you want to celebrate. But you can't take your helmet off. That's just part of the rules. And DJ did. And he was happy that he scored, really happy, too happy. And that cost his team because, and I give Arthur Smith credit here because he could have tacked on those yards on the kickoff and try to get a shorter field for us with 12 seconds left to go and one timeout. To try to get one chunk play to get Koo in there to maybe kick a game winner, but he decided to put in the 15. He tried to take the 15 on and push him back for the extra point, which turned out to be huge because then he misses a 48-yard basically extra point.
And you look, man. That was the only time in my life that I turned into a male Karen. I mean, immediately I turned into a male Karen. Cause just me being a young black man, I hate the rules. I think that most of the rules are stupid, and I get mad when you try to enforce them on me. Cause sometimes I feel like you only enforce them on me when you know they fucking dumb for everybody else. But that's the one time I was like, hey man, rules are rules, bud. You can't take your head off. Hey man, rules are rules, and the rules are in place for a reason. Don't take your helmet off. And I felt good doing it, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. We've been the victim of a lot of the rules, if we agree with them or not. It seemed like we be frustrated because we the victim of these rules that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
Very rarely does it go the opposite way for us, where a stupid rule go in our favor. And that was you. I told you, I'm Mel Kern all week. And the rules are rules, buddy. Don't take it. If that was us, I'd have said, what's this the dumbest shit? But since it's them, the rules are rules, buddy. And you violated the rules, you must be punished. And another thing, I just thought it's one thing you trying to play something off, but two, I don't really think he realized the severity of what the situation, because every time they cut to him, he was like, it ain't no big deal. Like he thought he was gonna make it still, right? And then when he missed it, he was still over there smiling like he was trying to play it all. Like, I mean, it's all good. Like everybody, he was clapping, he was high-fiving and laughing. And I'm like, your team lost the game. Well, your team lost the game.
Your team's going to overtime.
Press conference, you got in a press conference and dry.
It's like Mike froze up on me again. Don't know what is going on with his connection today. I apologize, guys. But yeah, like he said, I think they're just trying to keep him out of the podcast. They don't want him to talk about this game. But yeah, so on that play though, I mean, where were we at? Sorry, I lost my notes there. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm totally fine if that rule doesn't exist. There you are. You back?
The storm is killing me, man. Y'all, it is storming in Georgia right now, and I believe that it's fucking with my camera and my equipment. But no, what I was saying was he really didn't understand what he had done. And then you lost the game and you got in a press conference, and I didn't respect what he said. He said, man, I still really thought he was gonna make it. I mean, I don't know because I don't kick. I don't know what's like the difference between that and that. I mean, if he missed it, that's kind of, I mean, I'm not the kicker, so I don't kick he was trying to kind of put it on the kicker, like, man, it was slightly harder and he missed. So that it can't be. I mean, I think he was trying to say, man, I still made a great play. He got to make that kick. And I'm like, dog, yeah, but you also took your helmet off, which caused your team to lose the game. So all the smiling and joking, I'm glad you did it, but I thought it was an asshole move.
Yeah, no, agreed. I'm glad he did it too, because I mean, otherwise that's probably a game ender right there. So first possession in overtime, first down catch to London on third down, which is a good little quick pass to him. And then Mariota throws a pick again, very similar to the first, second play of the game. Only the difference on this one is he got hammered as he threw it. He got hit basically on his midsection, caused the ball to just sail and just float up there forever for a pick. So don't know where that ball would have ended up if he actually wouldn't have been hit, whether it had been a good pass or not. Can't say about it. I don't know that I would have took the shot there because, I mean, that's the only criticism I can give of that play, because you can't say it's on him because, I mean, the throw, he was hit when he threw. So that is what it is. And we talk about every week, we don't want to see him throw downfield. We got to see the downfield pass. Well, he fucking did it. I mean, like, it didn't end up the way he wanted it to, but, you say he made a shot at it. Just didn't work out. So then I'm thinking at that point, it was like a 50-yard return. Like, I mean, on the pick too, I was like, yeah, you're shitting me. So then the Panthers run the ball 3 times, and I'd be damned if dude doesn't miss it again. And at this
That
point,
was
I didn't even know what to do. I'm sitting
yeah.
there. I was pacing around the room already. The dog had already left. He'd already been like, "This guy's crazy." He went upstairs to the closet because I was yelling. The neighbors probably called the police. Like, I mean, it was just. My emotions, and I'm sure everybody's emotions was like just done. I was like, dude, somebody just end this damn game. Like, I don't even like. I want us to
No,
win, but like, please just end it.
man, it's being a Falcon fan where you go all the way to this end and all the way to that end. And I couldn't believe when he missed the second one. I'm gonna tell you one. I shout out to my brother. I was texting with my brother, and my brother said, he gonna miss though. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and he was like, it's only right. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna miss. So my brother's feed, which I hate with people, whatever he was watching is ahead of mine. Okay. So while I'm staring at the kick, I have a text that said, like, told you.
Yeah.
So I knew before I was like, oh, thank God. So I knew before he kicked it because he texted me. He said, told you. I'm like, his had to be slightly ahead of mine, but thank you for that. It just took when he missed, we would win.
Yeah, man. Like I had it's very similar. Like I try to look at Twitter when stuff like that happens because I'm pretty sure some of the Twitter feed come through before I see it too.
Yeah.
So I try not to even look. I'll just kind of
Yeah.
like wait till like a big play's over with, and then I'll tweet about it or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And then so we
He's
get the
getting
ball back.
fired. I'm surprised. Is he fired? He
I
got
haven't
fired?
heard. I haven't heard. I
Yeah,
would not be. Yeah, I'll be
I
shocked. I
wouldn't be
mean,
that go to
yeah.
sleep.
Look, he's checking out Indeed today. Yeah. But yeah, so our final possession, man. Huntley run on first, good pass to Bird to get a first down. And that was also good. I mean, like on that play, Marcus recognized the corner blitz right off the bat, hit him quickly. I got a first down. And then, man, Marcus on 3rd and 1 takes off, uses his legs 30 yards to get into field goal range. And our man Koo does what he does and wins the game. And we could all relax and restart our hearts and whatever else we needed to do to recover from that game. Holy shit.
And how confident were y'all when Koo went up there? Y'all knew he was gonna make that kick.
Oh,
Like, that's how
100%.
good he is. The boys play excellent. Again, I will say this: if we win or we lose, did y'all see that team rumble? Like, that is the point of pride for me. I don't know how I will be as a parent. I don't know if I'll be a good dad or a bad dad. I really don't know. But one thing I know that will be there is for me is like effort. I think John has said this on his podcast. When he's watching his son play, like he's more lenient on other things on your skill level. You can improve that. But one thing that we're gonna have to talk about immediately after the game is like your effort. Like, because it costs too much money. We out here, we taking time and energy and effort. We need you to give 100%. Now, I don't want, because I don't even, it ain't even, man, this go well beyond sports. I need you to give your best effort in everything you want out of life. And that's why I have pride today for my team. It's not only that they won and we first place, and I called that shit. And everybody said I was out of my Falcon mind.
Yes,
But then, two is that, what game this year did they give up? What game did we get behind and they had the attitude that they had in previous years? What game didn't they fight until the last bell went off? If they won on
Mike froze again thanks to the storm going on in his apartment complex. But yeah, I mean, what he's saying 100%. I mean, he's freaking. I mean, that team has been amazing all year as far as fighting. They don't give up. It's just a different team. I mean, I think everybody thought like, oh my God, we just falconed again at the end of the game. We're like, there's no way that we just came through. We got the lead, and then we give up this long Hail Mary, not even a Hail Mary, whatever, just long pass play in that same fashion that we did. Like, oh my God, we did it again. And I mean, even before that, I was thinking, we're not going to do that. There you are, not frozen again. Is it storming bad over there, dude? Like,
no, hey, dog, it's really bad over here. So I just guess it's breaking me up, or it's a Saints fan that's hacking in, mad.
Panthers
But
fan.
yeah, but it really was awesome because what game did we watch that they didn't rumble? And what you saw yesterday was a team that, yeah, we should have just steamrolled over, But with our defense, they kind of should have steamrolled over us. So what you saw was a rumble where we could have given up 4 to 5 times. We could have just been like, okay. And instead they rumble, and we actually won the game. These are all those close games that we lost last year. We win this year.
Yeah.
So that's a culture difference. Y'all gotta be excited for that.
What's going on, Jolt? So what's up, guys? I'm in the building. We got a dub. Yes, we did, man. It's all that matters.
Jolt, we gave their ass a jolt. We shocked the world. We shook up the world. We first place, man.
Jolt said I was helping my parents move and creeping on the game. I'm glad I didn't watch it live. Dude, I'm telling you, like I already got plenty of gray hairs and the gray beard. I mean, like you whatever you have, you would have had an increase in those as well. Arthur said that after the game too. Arthur said he got a few more gray hairs. Joel said 2 to 3 years ago we would have lost that game 100%.
Man, we would have lost it last year. And that's with Matt Ryan. I'm just telling you, we would have. Yeah, see, the storm is literally saying fuck this guy in particular.
I mean, it's like it's kind of raining over here. Like for y'all don't know, Mike and I are on opposite sides of the city.
Yeah.
So like he's northeast of the city, I'm northwest of the city. So yeah.
But I won't be silenced. I'm gonna tell you, Mother Nature couldn't shut me up today. F you, Mother Nature. My boys first place. But I'm saying culture, y'all gotta respect that, man. Don't say that the boys don't rumble. They rumble to the end. And even when they were outmatched, I mean, you trying to take DJ Moore? Nah, man. Without your starters and you do it to succession, man, you got to give them credit, man. They rumble.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I mean, like we said last week, you know, we needed to see we needed to see Mariota throw it more. We needed to see him win a game for us, you know, put it on his arm. Well, he threw the ball. He had 28 attempts yesterday, almost double the amount he had the last 2 games. He was 20 for 28, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns, those 2 picks, obviously, and he got sacked twice. PJ Walker was 19 of 36 for 317 yards, obviously a chunk of it coming on that one long-ass play. And then the 1 interception by Carter. And then, man, rushing wise, I mean, Foreman 26 carries, 118 yards. Man, he did his job yesterday. And then we had 167 on the ground ourselves though. Like our run, if we can get 150 plus, and Marcus can be that efficient with the ball, then I mean, and our defense can at least make stops, then we're in pretty good shape.
Just the fact that we talking about that, how casually you just said, if we get 150 plus, because it's kind of regular, like that's a good feeling, bro. Like, cause I remember when we couldn't rush, when it was all Matt Ryan, when we was rushing like, man, 43 yards a game, it was just on Matt Ryan. Like they knew we was going to throw. Let's see what you do. So now when we talking about 150 plus a game without the starting running back, that's saying something.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to have balance. You know, we've seen over the years, if you're a very one-sided offense, it's not going to be very successful. But I mean, you know, Marcus had 6 carries for 43 yards. Obviously, again, 30 coming on the one run that got us into the field goal range to win the game. Tyler had 14 for 39. Caleb had 16 for 91. So I mean, you know, you're looking at what? That's 36 runs and 28 passes. I mean, that's a better ratio than we have been, and even against the Bengals, man. I mean, we had 107 against the Bengals, which obviously we lost, and we needed to be throwing it more in that game. But you know, it is what it is.
All of it was tough too. Like the runs from Tyler, where if you watch a game, those were some tough running, and the runs from Caleb was some tough running. All the passes Drake caught was some tough passes. All the passes Kyle caught, except like one was a tough. He had to take some licks, and them boys did not mind. Them boys, they played, man. They played. They trying to shut you up, but they can't shut me off, Joe. Through hell or high water, I'm not shutting up today, buddy.
And then looking at the receiving yards, man, or the receiving in general, Kyle Pitts was targeted 9 times. He had 5 catches for 80 yards, 1 touchdown. That's the stat line you want to see more often for Kyle. You know, so like I said, Marcus did a good job finding him yesterday and checking down to him whenever big plays weren't there. Drake had 5 targets, 4 catches for 31 yards. Tyler 3 for 3 with 46 yards out of the backfield, and that's what he did really well in college too. I've said it a few times throughout the year, and I thought like eventually they got to get him involved a little bit more because he's a good pass catcher out of the backfield. And then defensively, we already talked about Shaq Thompson and Derek Brown. For them, were just animals as far as tackling. You know, Brian Burns they held Brian Burns in check for the most part. He was getting some pressures, but it wasn't crazy. For us, Michael Walker led the team in tackles with 11. Rashawn Evans with 9. Taquan Graham, who had a hell of a day, I thought. 7 tackles for him. So no, we didn't have any. We had one sack, which yes, right. Rashawn Evans we only one sack of the game. And like I said, special team just wasn't really all that special yesterday for us. For the first time this year, outside of Koo winning us the game, that was all right. Joel says, I'm not trying to excuse my birds, but I think we kind of underestimated the Panthers, that they're as bad as their records say. Yeah, I mean, I was, Mike was super confident as always going into last week.
Yeah.
I was a little, I was confident, but I was a little less confident just based on what they just did to Brady and the Bucks. And I know the Bucks aren't as good as we thought they were either, but it's still Brady, it's still Mike Evans, it's still Leonard Fournette, it's still their defense. So, and we're not super great with QBs that can run the ball, which granted, PJ Walker's not looking to run the ball. Like he's looking to throw the ball. Like I thought when he scrambled out, like he may take off. No, he's looking to throw the ball downfield, and he did. So I mean, it's the NFL, man. I mean, you never know. Like so much goes into it. Like Arthur it gets like kind of cliche to say after games when he says, "Hey, it's a win," but it's true, man. Like a win is a win. Like you're gonna take it however you can get it, man. Like it's regardless.
And I'll say this. Here's why I'm proud, man. When y'all hear me rave about Matt Ryan, I always say because he rumbled every week, and that was the one person on the team I knew would rumble. Now, just imagine how I feel. All praise to Matt Ryan, but I feel like that about my entire team now. Like they gonna rumble every week. The reason I was so impressed by him because he'd be bloody, and if we was up, we was losing. He was playing good. He was gonna stay in there. I feel like the whole team done that every week this season. So if y'all don't see a culture change when we had Choate on, I had asked him, I said, dog, do you see a culture change? And he even said, yeah, I can kind of see it. I want y'all to see it now. If y'all don't, it ain't about the record. It ain't about the wins or losses. It ain't about we first in a division. Do you see it? Do you see what your kid is becoming and what they could turn into with a little more guidance, a little more hooked on phonics, a little more training, a little more guidance, just what they could turn into? Because you got to be proud at this point. Because just because they now, I don't know, I don't have kids again, but if you all guys, the Scottish Falcon in here, see the people who don't get to join usually are all in here. I love it, because it's early, but
yes, sir. We did win. Thank God. How about it? Hopefully, man, you've recovered because I mean,
yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you, if you have a kid who's soft, it may happen sometimes where you have a good kid, he's just a good person, but he's soft, he's getting kind of picked on because he's just a good person. When you see them stand up for themselves, it's just a different feeling.
You're so proud.
Yeah, you're so proud when they, and I'm not saying hit nobody, but even for them saying, hey, stop, it's my turn, wait your turn. You sitting all like that's my son told you. Yep. Like, so my son stood up for himself. That's how I feel now. Is damn, they will fight back. Like they don't just give up. And it's an awesome feeling.
100%. Big Low in the house.
Big Low.
What in the world, bro? What's going on, brother? Good to have you in here, man.
Big Low, we won. First place NFC. Come on, Scottish Falcon ski. Are we first place or second? Because I thought it was first. But hey, I got cataract and I can't hear that good on my left eye. But I swore we won. Yeah, you damn right.
Oh man, yeah. Scottish Falcon says heart. Yeah, man. Heart attack central yesterday. Ain't no doubt about it, dude. I mean,
we all lost a year of our life.
I was happy. I was pissed. I was sad. I was dumbfounded. I literally experienced every human emotion within about a 15-minute span, and I was exhausted after the fact. I was just like, man, I can't do this next week. Like this has got to be something else. But and I was curious, man, because I was looking, and PFF is what it is. We've talked about it 100 times on the show that it can be kind of misleading based on whatever. But I kept seeing Mariota getting pressured, so I was like, let me see what those PFF scores were for the offensive line yesterday, and they weren't great. I mean, obviously Chris Lindstrom, you could go ahead and kind of just pin him in for the best performance. He had 85.6. Caleb McGarry 61.8. Jake Matthews 63.1. Then Drew Dahlman, 56.7, which we already talked about him. He got eat up yesterday by Derek Brown, and Elijah Wilkinson, 48.6. So
Jeez.
it's kind of a rough day there. Yeah, and I mean, I looked at the yearly PFF ranks basically, and basically Jake and Elijah are right in the middle of the pack as far as their position go. They're around 66.4, 66.7. Then Dahlman is 32 of 37 when it comes to centers. He's at 50.3, which is yeah. And then Lindstrom 63.9, which he has an 87 rating on his run blocking. So that's why, I mean, his pass blocking is still not fantastic. And then Caleb McGarry 61.4, again, his run blocking 77.4. So clearly, and we know this already, our run blocking is the strength of our offensive line.
That's our superpower.
Yeah, I mean, without Mariota's legs, I mean, we wouldn't be 4-4 right now. I mean, it's not going to happen. So Big love says, John, where you get that jacket? Man, homage.com.
Yep.
I will send it to you, man. It's
starter jacket.
The alcoholic told me about it a few weeks ago, and I couldn't resist. I had to go get it.
First place.
First place. Yes, sir.
You're damn right.
And then just finishing up on PFF, looking at our top 5 yesterday. On offense, man, Demir Bird had an 85, not a shocker there. Caleb Huntley, 84.5, hell of a day. Lindstrom, 84.3. Caleb McGarry, 79.4. Kyle Pitts, 78.8. And then our top 5 defensive players, Lorenzo Carter, 71.3. Grady Jarrett, 71. Taquan Graham, 69.7. AK 47, 68. And Rashawn Evans, 64.7. I'm sure he got docked a few in that coverage for that last pass there. And I told y'all, man, Dean Mullo had a rough day. Dude, 30.1. And he played 80 snaps.
He got dominated.
Yeah, dude, we can't have that, man. Yeah. And Richie had a rough day, 35.8. This is by the way, this is for all players that played over 24 snaps. That was kind of like the basis for it. Okundeje, 45.6. Isaiah Oliver, 51.6, who got burned a few times, and then Abdullah Anderson with a 54.3. So, yeah, I mean, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, I'm not going to put a whole lot of blame on the secondary because it is what it is. You're playing with backups, so they're going to have to. I mean, now granted, they're going to have to step it up this coming week against the Chargers, which we'll get into later on in the week because they definitely have a lot more weapons than basically DJ Moore that we're looking at. But man, so with Pitts having basically what was his best day, I mean, it looks like they're getting a little bit more chemistry. Marcus is getting better at checking it down, finding him. So. I mean, that's something that we've been waiting to see all year long. So, I mean, hopefully that continues because if it doesn't, then games like the Chargers coming up against a good quarterback is going to be rough for us.
Man, I'm just really good with him. It would be like if I was on the court and I was playing 10 on 10 in a game and I just kept trying to dunk. I mean, you would have to be showing me like, bro, you 5'6", like you're not gonna do it. Like, just stop doing it. Pass the ball, or why don't you try to shoot a 3 or something? I just kept trying to dunk. It's not what you do, and I'm all for him taking his deep shots every once in a while, but his strength is just the easy pass. I'm gonna hike it. I'm gonna scramble to the left or right, and I'm gonna make the easy throw, like the easy and obvious throw, is his strength and his feet. I think when he does that, we'll win. His deep passes are so scary, man. Whenever he throw it past 10 yards, I'm expecting it. Like my heart drop. It's an interception because he don't really know how to pinpoint his deep throws yet. He throw it in the general vicinity, and if you don't have somebody that can just jump up like Hopkins for the Cardinals with them big hands, when you don't have that person, it's really a bad idea that you just throw it in the vicinity. So I don't trust him like that. But like John said, man, them easy little throws and his legs, I mean, he's almost, I know this is me saying this, but he's damn near impossible to beat when he's using his legs and just throwing under 10 yards.
Yeah.
It's damn near impossible to beat.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll actually be okay if he was throwing 50-50 balls to London or Pitts.
Yeah,
because that's a little
what
different.
I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, their catch radius is ridiculous. Yeah, they both got huge hands. So I mean, like I would be more okay with that than trying to hit Demir Bird long, who's not the most physical, imposing guy. He's
did it with Jalen Ramsey. you did the same mistake. I'm just saying you got to know who to do that to and who not to do it to.
Exactly.
Because I
And
don't do it to me. Like I'm saying, it wouldn't make any sense if we came in a court and you threw me a oop.
yeah.
It wouldn't make logical sense. I would be like, hey, uh, like, I don't know what to do with that. So that same way, it's just some things you don't do to certain players.
Well, and I just realized that I've got some notes on what Marcus said and what Arthur said after the game, but it's sitting on the printer. So I'm gonna go grab it real quick.
Okay.
Show of honesty.
Well, just listen to me real
and then
quick.
you can talk about whatever you want. I'll
Oh,
be
I'm
right
gonna
back.
go on a rant. Okay, John is gone. Okay, like the inmates are now running the building. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Be proud of your fucking selves, okay? We deserve this. So we should, man, the same way with the 49ers, we deserve to talk shit. Uh we deserve, man. We have earned the right to talk shit. These people said we was gonna win 2 games and we first place in the division. Now I know I was out of my Falcon mind when I said it, but are we not first place in the division? Because I think we first place in the division. Now, if we not first place in the division, somebody tell me we not first place in the division. Because I think we first place in the division. From what I saw, I thought we was first place in the division. Because one thing about us is we are first place in the division. So if anybody asks, just tell them that we first place in the division, and just know in your heart that we first place in the division. And when you write in your journal today, just write first place in the division. And when you sign something, just sign it first place in the division. All right? And just know before you go to sleep that we first place in the division. You hear me? Rise up.
Great job, buddy. And then you can read what Scottish Falcon said. That goes along with what you're saying.
Okay. So the Scottish Falcon says, John and Mike, I don't get much NFL news over here in Scotland. Can you tell me who's leading the NFC South? Hold on, man. I got to Google it because it's hard to do the thing. Oh, would you know that? Who would have thunk? The Atlanta motherfucker Falcons, buddy. That's who. Me. That's who. Unique people like us. The Chargers will be a tough game, but they have a bad run defense. So are you saying run the damn ball next week? Yes, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
Yeah, and we'll actually be on the Bolt Bros, which is a podcast that covers the Chargers, reached out to us to see if we could come on their show this week and talk about it. So we'll be doing that Wednesday night. It'll be way late for anybody that's overseas, but anybody that's over here, I'll get the exact time. Probably
we're gonna
today
do
or tomorrow.
2 shows on Wednesday, okay?
Yeah.
The Out of Your Falcon Mind show, then the Bolt Bros. So just imagine like us before the Chargers. All right, so we all gonna get on at the same time and have a good time together.
Yeah, we'll do our We'll do our preview show earlier in the day on Wednesday, and then we'll be on the Bolt Bros show later on that day. And then after the game, Arthur said, like, they asked him, like, man, how do you remain like so even killed during like that craziness? And he's like, well, it's kind of what they pay me to do, man. I have to stay even. There's a lot of decisions to be made, and like that one to whether or not to enforce the penalty on the kickoff or on the extra point, like all that stuff's got to be done. He said he was really proud of Hall and Armstrong, the way they played, which we talked about. It didn't start well, obviously, with the drop and then the pick, but he thought Marcus played a hell of a game, came back and got settled in there. And he said that's why I believe in Marcus. The moment's never too big for him. And he said Bird's the guy that keeps improving and keeps working, proving himself every week. And he said, Marcus is a guy that's been through a lot, and he's got such a calm demeanor that like nobody else is freaking out around him. Like it's just everybody just kind of stays even. And he said it's definitely one of the craziest games he's been a part of. Got a little grayer today, which definitely I think all of us did. And then talking to Marcus, he said the same thing. Basically, he said definitely one of the wildest finishes he's ever been a part of. Proud of the guys for staying in and believing it, because he said, once stuff like that happens at the end of the game, it's easy for guys to hang their heads and get down because, but they didn't do that. And he said in terms of how the game started, the slow start, he said, I've got to be better. He said, I've got to throw the ball away in that instance. I can't take a sack there. And he's got to find. So, I mean, he takes full accountability for it, which is great. He said, I can't explain how valuable Koo is to the team. Such a cool demeanor. Guys are unselfish on this team, which is hard to come by. Not going to be perfect, but one side will pick up the other side, offense, defense, like they, it's all, you can tell the whole team just cares about each other, and just has that thing that you can't really, not every team has, so luckily our guys got it. And he said, what's cool about our offense is we can change it from week to week based on what we have to do to win the game. So, some weeks we can run the ball 50 times and win some, but this week we had to throw the ball more. That's what we just want to see more. We talked about it before. I mean, like, we know you can run the ball, but we have to see what you can do when you have to throw the ball, So like that was good to see this week. He said having guys like Drake and Kyle who should be getting a lot of targets, but sometimes don't. They don't care about it because all they want to do is win. And that gets the team that gets the team to another level at that point. They're not being selfish. They're not going on the media saying, I want the ball, I need the ball, And he said, personally, he's tried to be perfect throughout his whole career, which kind of derailed his confidence at times. But he's able to find confidence in other players, which helps him, be confident on the field. So he said basically he knows that he's got guys out there that are just special with balls in their hands. So like he's got to be like the point guard and just focus on getting them the ball and just let them do their thing. So I mean that's
man, he is, man. I'm gonna tell you why I'm scared now. I think that he'll play all season now. Just hearing how the coach is talking and how he's talking,
yeah.
I think he'll play all season. And just in knowing that that's not the guy, you gotta see Desmond at some point,
Yeah.
and it can't be for like the last 2 games. You can't really see what you got if you just throw him in for the last 2 games when the starters ain't in on the other team, when everybody hurt, like so that's gonna I don't know if I like that, but I mean he should feel confident in himself. I just don't like a few, like, to say, yeah, the cool thing about offense is that we can change it up. Bro, you did it 1 week. Stop. It's been like one-sided until now where you did it. It was balanced. So you did it 1 week. So don't act like, oh, you can change it, man. You've been horrible for the most part, but you played well enough to not lose us the game. But I think the coach is actually gaining confidence in him. And again, like I said, as he calmed down, he's gonna be able to do more of these things. And I don't see Arthur. If you winning, I don't see why. If he ain't put you on the bench yet, I don't really see you doing it when you start winning.
Yeah.
So now I don't know how we see Ritter or when we see Ritter.
Yeah, same. I mean, Ski said, fun fact, Falcons are 3-0 in the games where Pitt scores a TD. Coincidence? Yeah, probably not. I mean,
Yep.
it's you get your playmakers involved and you get them scoring points, and that's, makes sense. You're going to win most of those games. But yeah, I agree, man. I mean, as much as I'd like to see Ritter just to see what we got, we've talked about it before. I mean, we're going to keep talking about it because it's going to be a storyline all year long. As when is the point, when do you say, okay, I mean, we need to see him now. He's going to come in. Are we going to be up enough to where like, okay, you can come in now and just play out the game? Is that going to happen? I don't know. But if Marcus is winning his games, dude, and we're in playoff contention, then there's no way in hell that he's going to take him out.
Yep. You can't. Literally, you can't. And you got to see what Desmond doing, but you can't take him out if we first place in the NFC South. Because then if it tanked, it would be like he would get blamed for that. So you can't win either way. If he put Desmond in because everybody was pressuring him, and then we started losing, and we lost it after we was first in the NFC South.
Yeah,
y'all would drag him for that. So you can't win either way.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it's always revisionist history for people. They'll always come back and say, "Oh, well, why'd you do that? Should have done that." Well, because everybody wanted him to put him. Everybody wanted me to see, put him in. Well, now he's in, and and of course he's not going to coach like that. But I mean, if like we said before, if all of a sudden we start losing, we rattle off 5 straight losses. Okay, at that point, sure. I mean, but I mean, I just don't see. I mean, and it's not that. Looking at yesterday, I mean, broken it down, like across the middle, he was 11 for 11 yesterday, across in the middle of the field, which is not an easy place to throw a lot of the times. He was 0 for 4 on deep balls. Anything past 20, he was 0 for 4.
I told you he can't.
So it's those short,
eat you up.
Yeah, the short intermediate passing, is what. I mean, you hope. I mean, like that one he did hit on Bird, like against the Bengals, like. You hope all that short intermediate passing and all the running games going to open up those open up those explosive type plays. But he's got to be able to hit them. And you got to send the right guys. I mean, into those areas. So I mean, I mean, I've seen a lot of questions online. A lot of people talking about, how does this just prolong the basically Marcus playing quarterback. I'm like, well, yeah, of course it does. I mean, there's just no reason in the world for any
It should
coach
prolong it
to,
too, because
yeah,
like I just said, it's no reason. You have to pull him if you losing. And again, I think I would have pulled him already, but now it's damn near when the team is kind of on a roll and everybody getting behind the team. Like now, if you didn't already do it, I don't know when you do it now, because like I said, you got to see what Desmond talking about. But then how do you do that if we in the running for a playoff thing?
Yeah, you
So
just
it's
can't.
a
I
really
he's
he's in a tough predicament right now. I would hate
So
to be Arthur Smith.
right, and I mean, so for fans that want to see Ritter, man, all I can say is just don't don't bet on it anytime soon. Just
No,
pretty much just
and this too, man. Be happy with the win
right.
more than anything else. Just we winning, we first place in the NFC South. Just stop there. Just do not allow your mind to go to finding problems and say, well, we still should have. We winning games, and that's more than we could say for long. We first place in the NFC South, so let's just enjoy that for
Yep.
right now
Yeah, and I mean,
before we start whining again about something.
yeah, I mean, the Chargers game is going to be, one of the tougher schedule. I mean, one
Mhm.
of the tougher games coming up that we have, because after that it's the Panthers again on Thursday night up in Carolina. Then we have the Bears coming to town, which could be
Mhm.
hit or miss. I mean, they're playing better. They're playing better football. Then we go to Washington, play the Commanders, which that defensive line scares the hell out of me
Mhm.
as far as what they can do pass rush wise. Then we got the Steelers, which not great.
Mhm.
They got blown the hell out yesterday by the Eagles. Then the Saints again in New Orleans. Then the Ravens, which will be an interesting game with Lamar Jackson. And the Cardinals. Then the Bucks. We finished out the season with the Bucks. So I mean,
Elect.
honestly,
Hey, look,
honestly,
I'm gonna tell you the cool part about all those games is that we could win all those games, but we could also lose all of those games. Like if we get to go in there lunching and we get to overlook, like we are not that good to be like, oh, it's already a check mark.
oh,
Like we
100%.
have to go in and
Yeah.
play each. I don't care if it's the Steelers. Like we have to go in and give 100% to win. Like we not of the skill set to where it can cruise control the victory. Oh no, we will have to play our best to even beat a bad team,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we are capable.
I mean, on paper, the Chargers is going to be probably the toughest team we
Yeah.
have left.
Mhm.
Maybe the Ravens.
The
Being
Ravens
up
too
there.
with
Yeah,
Lamar. Yeah.
yeah, with Lamar. I mean, but that's probably the toughest two teams we have left. And so, I mean, against the Chargers, that's going to you hope to rebound from the way we played against Cincinnati, because
Mhm.
obviously they're similar in the fact they've got a good dynamic quarterback who can throw the ball and put it anywhere. They've
Mhm.
got a good set of receivers, not as good as Cincinnati, but still really good guys. So that's going to be a challenge for us. So especially if we're down AJ, like I think if AJ's in that game yesterday, DJ Moore doesn't have near as the
Yeah.
success that he
Yep.
would have had. I
Yep.
mean, that's I mean, and that's with AJ not having a great year
Mhm.
himself already, but I still think with him in the game, he's going to be a little bit better. So you just got to hope he practices this week and comes back. But I think though, and I was listening to Locked On Falcons, and I agree with what Aaron Freeman said. He thinks that if we don't see him this week, we probably won't see him next week either, because it's going to be a short week,
That's what I feel like. Yep.
and then there's going to be so basically best case scenario if we don't see him this week is we might see him against the Bears on November 20th.
Mhm.
So, and that's so we'll see. I mean, obviously, being depleted going into in the secondary again against a team that throws the ball, I mean,
You don't want to
worries
be
me. But
depleted
yeah,
with Herbert at quarterback because he won't miss those throws that PJ did.
right. Yeah, which again, if he makes some of those throws, we're
Yeah.
maybe having a
He
different
won't miss
conversation
them.
right now.
Trust me.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I overall, I mean, like I said, that pretty much wraps up the game. I mean, that was just. I
How
mean,
do you feel, buddy? Because here's why I'm so excited. It's what I was saying in the break. Like we deserve this because I just feel like no, in no way, shape, or form am I saying 4-4 is a mind-blowing record by any means. So let me start there. But are you not taken aback at the major perspective that everyone had when the season was starting? Like
100%.
it's a total rebuild. The team gonna be horrible. Man, Matt Ryan gone. They got somebody. They got like a journeyman at quarterback. We don't know what this coach know what he doing. Kyle Pitts is good, but who knows what he Drake London? Who kind of know? we was like I said, we had the worst roster in the league. And we going 2 games max. We already doubled that, and we halfway through the season at 500 with, and we number 1 in the division. Like, where are you at as far as your wow factor, or oh shit, I can't believe it? Even though we not saying 4-4 is like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm probably at a 9
Okay.
because I mean, yeah, for literally what you just said. I mean, we're at the beginning of the season. I mean, I said what, 7 wins, maybe
Yeah.
8 if we pull one out, and so and that was basically saying, okay, 7 wins. We missed the playoffs, so no big deal. We just hope to see some progression. We hope to see some young guys get some playing time. We hope to see Ritter, to see what we got in Ritter before the next year's draft. Like all that stuff was kind of like that was our initial hope going into the season. Nobody saw the Bucks just falling off a cliff like they did. Nobody saw the Saints having the struggles that they're having. Still pisses me off we lost that damn game to them because we should be 5-3. But I mean, just so many things that's happened with. My mic went crazy. We kind of knew the Panthers were going to be kind of.
And it's switch mics.
Oh, it did? Dang. It's like technology.
The Halloween. Hey, we getting haunted on Halloween. The Halloween episode is having. I think it's a ghost in here.
Technology's not like kind of.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we kind of knew the Panthers weren't going to be great. Even with Baker, we didn't figure they would be really a challenge. So yeah, I mean, dude, it's totally kind of now you have to balance it with, well, we still don't have a great roster, and but I mean, you see how these guys are performing, how they believe in one another, how the coaches have them playing. They're all bought in. They're all tugging the same way on the rope. So I mean, you just don't know at this point. And then the schedule on paper again looks a little bit easier than we all thought it was going to be going into the season. So, dude, I mean, who knows how we could sneak our asses into the playoffs and didn't know what. I mean, I don't think by any stretch of the imagination we're won Super Bowl or even the NFC Championship game. But I mean, and I saw that question posed too online, was like, well, do you really want to go to the playoffs this year? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course we do. Like, I don't care that. I mean, because these young guys are going to get that experience. Like that experience is like you can't replicate that. So, if it costs, that means you don't get a top 5 or top 10 draft pick. Okay, then I mean, like I said before, draft a good player wherever you draft. I mean, it's not that hard.
You have to go as far as you can. You have to go as far as you can in a play. You got to go as hard as you can.
That's right. And Des said, "In Arthur Smith, we trust." Yeah, man. I mean, so far, I mean, like he's still learning on the job, still making his learning what to do, what not to do as well. But I mean, for the most part this year, man, like he's made. I'm not
for the man. As long as I can follow your logic, I'm with you. It's only when I can't understand what your logic is, I gotta get you. But for right now, I completely understand his logic. And to be honest, like John said, a part we can't skip over that was a reason we won that game was coaching.
Yeah.
He was paying attention at the end of that game, and he made the right moves. There's some coaches that wouldn't have made the right moves because they would have been in a panic or a rush. He did right. He did right. He made great play calling, and even he dialed up some passes for Mariota. Isn't that what I said on the pre? Like, man, you got to believe in your quarterback. He let him throw.
Yeah.
He let him throw a few times, and it was kind of cool to see, man. I thought he did a great job coaching that game.
Yeah, I mean, you said last week he's got one more week, and you're going to start dragging.
Yeah, I was going to get him this week, but I can't.
No, I mean, they made the adjustments, man. They made the adjustments and everything. So I mean, there's
but y'all should feel good, man. 4-4 NFC chop, man. Number 1. That's what doing this with the lowest cap spend in the NFL. You damn right. All I'm saying is why this get me so hyped. Just imagine next year. Yeah. If he can make a meal out of a ketchup packet, a jelly packet, a sock, a tennis ball, like an eye crusty, like some earwax, like if you can make a meal out of that, I'm imagining if we just cash app you the money and you could go buy your own food. Now I'm imagining what you might bring, and I'm just saying, like, the number one thing that I wanted to see all year was before performance, before any statistics, before any records. I just wanted to see an attitude change. If anyone that's saying they don't see that, is lying, blind, or an asshole.
Yeah.
And I don't have the time or the crayons to make that make sense to you if you don't get it by now.
100%, man. And just we'll transition that right into underrated, overrated, man. Like that was my underrated was winning in the NFL because we all look at the schedule and like, oh, that's a win. That's a win.
Yep.
That's a win. It's not that, dude. It's the toughest league, man. Like, and
Yeah.
there's so many things that have to go right. There's so many things you've got to execute correctly, little details, offensively, defensively, from the coaching staff to the players. Like you can't just look at a team and say, "Oh, that's going to be a win." You just can't. I
Look
mean,
at the
like you
Panthers.
right.
They are supposed to be imploding, right? And here's what I mean when I say that. I don't never want y'all to hear the fact that I'm confident on the pregame shows. When I say, "Oh, I know we're gonna win," I know we're gonna, as that I'm skipped over the team. What I'm saying is, I have full confidence in my boys, but we gonna have to fight everybody.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't. We do not have the team to overlook one team in the NFL. I don't care who it is.
No.
If we go in like, oh yeah, we clearly better than them, I guarantee you they kick our ass. We not that. But what I'm saying is if we come with the attitude of we gonna rumble, I don't think it's a team when we on our best day that we can't beat. The only one that is it's like 3 or 4 that I believe that if we was at our best would still be like a
Right.
futile thing. But it's only about 3 or 4. And with our roster, it should be most of them. So
Yeah.
that's how you know how hard they fight and how good he coaches.
Exactly. Exactly. And buddy, if you don't mind, I gotta get the door real quick. If you want to rant about something
I
else,
will go.
you can do your overrated, underrated.
Yeah, I was going to do
Yeah.
my underrated, overrated. I'm
Go
going to
ahead,
do
man. I'll be
like
right
this.
back.
I'm going to cut. Now, let's go with this, y'all. Underrated, overrated, Halloween edition. First place NFC South editions. I'm going to go like this, okay? My first one is going to be overrated, okay? I'm going to do this. Overrated. It's overrated to be the bigger person. All right? And it's I mean in any situation, all right? I know that's what we supposed to do as adults, and we give each other, we turn the other cheek and be the bigger person. Don't y'all notice yet that it take people too long to learn shit that way? It take if somebody's bullying you and you bake them cookies for 2 weeks straight, I'm just assuming that he's still bullying you. He wants some more cookies now. So I just feel like not being a bigger person sometimes. The greatest thing we have as humans, to me, sometimes is being able to treat people the exact same way they treat us, to do the exact same thing. Funny how people don't understand shit until it's done to them, and then they get 20/20 vision and instant clarity and enlightenment on how wrong it is and how they don't like it. But then you're in the right because you get to teach a lesson. So that's all I want to say is like, I get it that we are supposed as adults to be the bigger people and turn the other cheek and all that jazz. But what I'm saying is it's not effective. That only is going to increase the rate in which you're being picked on or oppressed or bullied or whatever it is. What I'm saying is, I guarantee you that you can stop it instantaneously if you just did whatever it was back. Show the person exactly how I feel. I guarantee you that they stop doing whatever it is that annoy you. So that's just, from the childish chapter of my life. But, that's what it is. Overrated being the bigger person. Now let's go underrated, okay? On this ghoulish out of your Falcon Mind edition. Uh Underrated. I got a good one. It's words to express love. Let me tell you something, man. I believe wholeheartedly that somewhere a few years ago, some people got in a room and they figure out how to monetize love, how to monetize romance. If like all that Zales and you got to go to Jared and buy Valentine's cards and all of that. I think they figure out a way to make money off of love. But what they did simultaneously when they did that was they made us make love more verbal. So where we tell each other, like, tell your mother you love her, tell your father you love him, or tell the person this, express your feelings. And we do a lot of that through words, but having a dog will teach you. I love my little dog. But having a dog will teach you that I know just how my dog feel about me without he never said a word to me. If he did, I know I was high as a kite. You know what I mean? I know my dog isn't in here saying nothing to me, okay? But without him saying a word ever, I know my dog love me, and he I know when his toy is stuck behind the couch or something. I just know the bark. He could just bark, and I know that he's saying, "Oh, I got a toy stuck behind the couch." I could tell when he's hungry without him ever having to say a word. So that's really important to me. It really taught me something. I sound like I'm being silly, but it really did teach me that I express love to my dog and I get love from my dog without it being verbal. He don't know what I'm saying if I say I love you. And I don't he can't tell me I love you. But yet my dog knows I love him. And I know he loved me. I could tell by how he starts twerking every time I come in the door. Right. So that's why that's my guy. So I'm just saying sometimes words to express love are completely overrated, man. It's silent. I just give you a hug, I give you a look. Just how the way I treat you more than the shit I'm saying. Cause I could just say I love you and treat you in all type of ways. So that's what I just wanted to say. Words to express love sometimes is overrated. If you ever have a brother, if you all have a real brother, you don't know how dudes are. You ain't finna really be telling your brother how you really love him. It's nonverbal. Like you just look, it might be a pound, and that pound say, I killed somebody for you, right? But it's nonverbal. So that's what I'm saying. Words to express it, I think, have been like it's more of a scam so they can like you monetize it. Express yourself verbally. You tell the person you love them with words. That a lot of time you can be talking out your ass and be full of shit, but those actions never lie. And my dog loves me non-verbally, buddy. So that's what I wanted to say. You when dogs will teach you, you don't need too many words to get your point across.
Yeah, mine freaks out when we come home, man. Like he's so happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You don't gotta say a word,
no, it's
but
just
you know he love you.
like this morning. I left just to go grab some breakfast. I was gone 10 minutes. You think I was gone for like a week and a half? I came back. He's just, I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying.
going
Mind
nuts.
blown.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
he's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Thought you left forever. I mean,
I
yeah,
love him, man.
yeah, totally get it. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had the package apparently that I had to sign for because the guy wouldn't stop ringing the doorbell.
Oh
So,
wow.
and then his little signature thing didn't work. So then he had to, yeah. So that's just the yeah. So we've had the storm fuck with yours. My mic
Yeah.
went off.
Halloween edition.
Somebody
All
coming
type
to
of
my
shit happening.
door. Good
Phone
lord,
rang.
man! What a Jesus!
Mm.
That's just
But we
hey,
won.
that's a cost of doing it live, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's okay. We hung in there, but yeah. So you did your underrated and
I
overrated.
did my underrated and overrated. My underrated was being a bigger person all the
Yeah,
time, and my overrated was words to express love.
I love it, man. I
You
love it.
know, out of your Falcon Mind, Halloween edition. What you
Yeah.
got, buddy?
I just had the underrated for today, man. Was just that winning in the NFL. Yeah, I was debating on an overrated, but I don't want to just say one to say one. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like you expect like a level of. So
Yeah.
if I think of a better one, I'll have one on the next show.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
we'll go.
Halloween, how about y'all? What are y'all doing today? Are y'all giving that? Here's the question of the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. Are y'all giving away the mini candy bars, or did y'all go ham and get the stupid, goofy, adult, full-size candy bars? Because the kids come into your house if you got the big ones.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So in our neighborhood, which my neighborhood is probably about 20 houses. It's not
Mm-hmm.
huge. Uh, the majority of the kids are starting to get like that middle age, like
Oh,
some middle like. So some of them I don't think like last year we only had maybe like 5 trick or treaters last year.
oh
But
shit.
like,
Okay.
but some will come from the neighborhood over, like
Yeah.
and come in. So I don't know that how many we're going to have tonight. But now we normally get the small size
Mm-hmm.
because again we have like
Yeah.
three. There's not very many. So and I said it right. We have like this little jump scare like thing. Like
Okay.
like he's like a skeleton looking deal with like a
Yeah.
hood or whatever,
That
and he
pop.
sits there with the candy. So I just stand there at the at the window and watch it scare the shit out of all the kids.
John is a cruel. He don't even interact with them. He just sit in the window and laugh as they get scared.
It's so damn funny though, man, because
Yeah.
they'll come up, like they'll want to reach a hand and they won't. They'll keep
Yeah.
trying, and eventually
Oh,
then
that's
you get it.
hilarious,
Then it
buddy.
gets
Yeah.
them and they jump back and they scream like
Yeah.
it's great. But dude,
Man,
there's
y'all,
one.
hey, I want to encourage all the adults, man. Have fun tonight. If you taking your kid out, ain't shit wrong with you dressing up too. And I don't mean it don't gotta be in whatever, but you could wear a jersey and some cleats and
There you
be a
go.
falcon.
There's my overrated, man. Thinking you're too good to dress up for Halloween.
There you go. There you go.
'Cause you
That's
never
you are not it does
mm-mm.
not have an age on it. It does not, man. Joy. There are things where you could take your girlfriend tonight, like little costume parties. It's like movies that you could go see. That's 3D scary movie. It got some shit called what is it? 4D, where it smells in like the theater as well. So whatever you're supposed to be smelling in the movie, you also smell in the theater. Like the seat move. Go enjoy yourself. Have some. If you on a diet, still have some candy. It don't matter. One day it won't kill you. Have candy. See some movies. Have junk food. Enjoy yourself, man. Do not just put this all on your kids. When you go out there and you enjoying yourself too, it'll rub off on the kids, man. So be silly and dress up, man. By all means, no, there's
Man,
no age on that. Enjoy yourself.
I don't know. When there was like, I think Liam was 6, maybe 7. I don't know. We 3 of us dressed up as the Incredibles. Like,
That's awesome.
so,
Yeah,
and I'll have to send you a picture actually, because it was
yeah,
we went to Kennesaw State used to have like a little, I forgot what it was called, but they used to have like this huge like little fest. So the kids can go there and trick or treat.
yeah.
They'd have different like little events you could play and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It was really cool. But yeah, so we wore that. We wore the full on, like I had the big muscle suit looking thing
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
for
yeah,
Mr. Incredible, and of course
yeah.
Liam and Amanda had the thing, and like so we were taking people want to take photos with us. Like we
That's
were
what you.
taking
Yeah, it's
it was
fun.
fun, man. It was so fun, man. Like it
Yeah.
was, yeah. And Liam had a blast, and it's funny though. Like the last, like he got tired of people asking to take photos with him. It was so funny
Oh
because
yeah, that's good.
he
Yeah.
yeah, like the last one you can see on his face. He was just like,
Oh,
"Get this shit over with."
like,
Like,
like a
yes, I know we're all
celebrity.
dressed like the
Yeah.
Incredibles. Yes, all right, I'll take a picture. But yeah, so but he's looking forward to it. I think this may be he's 12, so this may
This is
be the last
the last one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was debating whether or not he wanted because but there I'll tell you, there's one neighborhood, there's one house in our neighborhood, man. They have like the full on like fog smoke machine,
Oh yeah.
like the whole yard's full of scary looking things. Like
Yeah.
it's really cool. Like walking through like the whole maze really to get to their
Mhm.
front door to get the candy. So it's cool, man. So yeah, it should be a good evening. But yeah, so folks, looking ahead at this week for our schedule, normally we do the preview show on Thursday. Um, so Liam, my son, has an orchestra concert on Thursday night. So he'll be playing in that, which I'll be going to watch. So we'll be doing our preview show. Mike, what do you think, man? Like 3:30 again on Wednesday?
I say 3:30 on Wednesday. Yep.
So we'll do our preview show 3:30 Wednesday. Um, and just like now, hopefully there'll be no storms and nobody coming to my door and shit like that. We can have a nice smooth show.
Mhm.
Um, but and then we'll again later on in the night, we're going to be on the Bolt Brothers, the Bolt Bros podcast to preview the Chargers game with them. So I'll definitely share that on our social medias if y'all want to check that out. They seem like cool dudes, just like us. Love the team, started a podcast, and so it'll be fun going on somebody else's podcast and not having to do a damn thing but sit there and just talk
Yeah.
and not worry about show
Mhm.
scripts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So and that's 7:30 for me. I'll be sweet.
I
Looking
love it,
forward to
buddy. I
man.
need you there, man. I need you there, buddy.
Yeah, man. And Ski said, awesome show, guys. And again, first
Ski.
place. Yes, sir.
Ski
Appreciate it,
tuned in
buddy.
from Germany, man. Come on, man. Out of your Falcon mind.
That's right, man. So, and again, guys, if it was your first time in, thanks for watching because it was a little weird today. We had some things normally don't pop up, like the little technical issues. So we appreciate that taking in there with us.
It's
Normally,
haunted.
it's a
Mm.
pretty smooth show. But yeah, just some weird stuff today. But hey, we made it work. Like the Falcons yesterday, we started off slow, and we came back strong and finished it. But yeah, I mean, again, you can follow us on Twitter at Out of Your Effing Mind, just like the little ticker says at the bottom of the screen.
Mhm.
You can like us on Instagram. You can follow us on iTunes, Spotify. You can do 5-star review. The iTunes, if you write us something nice, we will be happy to shout you out on the show as soon as they come through. YouTube, of course, just subscribe and like the videos because the more that happens, the more we get seen by Falcons fans in the community. Helps us grow more and get more people to the show. Carrie checking in. She says, "What's up, y'all? Happy Victory Monday. I'm just now getting on. I'll have to catch the replay. Happy Halloween." Ain't no problem, Carrie. Yeah,
Curry,
man,
first place. NFC South, baby. First place. We shook up the world.
it's a great day, man. I got to go watch Primetime. I got to watch it tonight.
I don't watch it twice.
You have?
I don't watch the highlights twice yet.
Yeah, I gotta go watch it now because but I haven't been able to see. I went and I basically had to get stuff ready for work, and then I just hadn't seen anything. So, and Desha, loving the shows, guys. Man, much appreciated,
We
man.
love to
Much
have you, buddy.
appreciated. First place, baby, feeling good all
Damn
day,
right.
all day.
Feeling great.
So, yep. So anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all checking us out today. And again, if you couldn't catch a whole show like Carrie, just check the replay because it'll be on YouTube pretty much immediately, and I'll have it on podcast platform here in about an hour or two. But for those that are trick or treating tonight, hey, be safe, be careful, have fun with the kids if you got them. If you're going trick or treating yourself, well, number one, if you're trick or treating yourself and you're a young kid and you're watching the show, maybe ask your parents what's going on there. But anyway, have some fun, and
we love you.
Maybe they're like us. Maybe like me and Amanda, like we just don't, we're okay with the language thing. We're all right,
We all right. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. We deserve this one. Enjoy the win. Enjoy your Halloween. It's getting scary out here. It's getting scary for the Buccaneers. Ooh. It's getting scary for the Panthers. And for the Saints, I think they zombies at this point.
Hey,
are they still alive?
Dude, we didn't mention that. They shut out the Raiders yesterday. What is that all about?
I know. That was weird. They still suck.
Yeah.
It's getting scary for the NFC South right now because the inmates have taken control of the building. And we are running things, ladies and gentlemen. The Atlanta Falcons, first place, NFC South. Who said it first? Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. Your boy Mike.
Yes, right. Give yourself some credit. Yeah.
And we are here. We've arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it.
That's right. All right, guys. Catch us on Wednesday, 3:30 Eastern time on YouTube. Join us if you can. We know it's early in the day, but hey, that's what we got to do to get it in this week. And then later on at night, just check out the Bolt Bros. Like I said, I'll post the link on Twitter and probably on our other social media accounts, so you guys can check that out as well. And we'll have a good week. And we'll catch you then. Much love, guys.
Man, Out of Your Falcon Mind, Halloween edition. Ah!